Page 79, Levels of Government. Government exists at three different levels: local, state, and national. The first level is local government. Cities and counties provide people's first contacts with government. What services do local governments offer in your area? Early in the state's history, citizens dealt mostly with local government. A higher level of government usually affected them only when they paid their taxes, went to the post office, or voted. Later, state and national governments began to offer many more services than before. People now deal with those governments a great deal. What are some things that come from state and national government? Branches of government. At each level, government is divided into different parts. In Kentucky, at the state level, there are three branches of government. Page 82. They are the executive, the judicial, and the legislative. The legislative branch makes the laws. The executive branch is the governor who enforces the laws. The judicial branch includes the court system and judges who explain the law. Perhaps the best way to understand each branch is simply to go into the Kentucky State Capitol building and start there. The Capitol was opened for use in 1909. It is almost 403 feet long and 180 feet wide. Many think it is one of the most beautiful state capitals in the nation. The caption underneath the top photo: "The center of Kentucky government is its beautiful Capitol building." The caption underneath the lower photograph: "The inside of the Capitol, at one end of the third floor, is the House of Representatives chamber, and the Senate meets at the other end." The executive branch, the governor. The first floor of Kentucky's Capitol is home to the executive branch of government. That branch includes some elected statewide offices, such as the Attorney General and the Secretary of State. The governor is the most important person in the executive branch. If you want to be governor of Kentucky, you must be 30 years old, have lived in the state for 6 years, be elected by the people, and take the oath of office. See document 4.2. Kentucky's present constitution at first limited a governor and other major state officials to serving only one 4-year term. Then they had to step down for a time before they could run for that office again. But in 1992, voters passed an amendment to the Constitution allowing officials to serve 2 full terms in a row. If a governor leaves or is forced out of office or dies during a term, the lieutenant governor becomes governor for the rest of that term. Governors usually are the most important people in state government. The Constitution and history give them a great deal of power to carry out their tasks and duties. A governor sitting in the office on the first floor must be a leader. The governor must ask the lawmakers to approve a budget to run the state. Governors must send the legislative branch ideas for laws to make the state better, and then they try to get them passed. Governors also must run state government. That means that all the people who work in the areas of education, roads, health, the law, and other human needs are guided by the governor. The governor must help bring businesses and jobs to the Commonwealth for its future well-being. Governors also usually are expected to be leaders of the political party that helped them get elected. Document 4.2. The governor takes an oath of office before becoming the executive of the state. Kentucky's oath was written into the 1891 Constitution. Do you see a part of it that is now outdated? I do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the Commonwealth, and be faithful and true to the Commonwealth of Kentucky as long as I continue to be a citizen thereof, and that I will faithfully execute, to the best of my ability, the office of governor according to law. And I further solemnly swear that since the adoption of the present Constitution, I, being a citizen of this state, have not fought a duel with deadly weapons within this state nor out of it, nor have I sent or accepted a challenge to fight a duel with deadly weapons, nor have I acted as a second in carrying a challenge, nor aided or assisted any person thus offending. So help me God. The caption underneath the lower photo: the Kentucky Governor's Mansion. Page 84. Burt Combs. Burt Combs seemed an unlikely person to be elected governor, yet he was selected and became one of the best governors of the 20th century. His story tells us much. Combs was born in Clay County in eastern Kentucky. He first went to a two-room school and then later rode a pony to get to high school. A very bright boy, he skipped some grades and finished high school at age 15. Soon after he became a lawyer, Combs moved to Prestonsburg in Floyd County. He served in World War II and returned home to enter new careers in Kentucky. Lawyer Combs seemed best suited to be a judge, not a political leader. He was quiet and not a very good public speaker. In fact, he served 6 years as a justice on Kentucky's highest court. Combs had taken a pay cut to go into that job, but he felt his region needed someone to speak for them on the court, so he took the post. Powerful political leaders wanted him to apply his talents to other offices. They got him to run for governor in 1955, but he lost. 4 years later, Combs ran for governor again and won. At the same time he became governor, voters approved a sales tax to pay bonus money for those who served in the armed forces. Part of those funds, though, went to other things the state needed. Governor Combs helped expand schools, human services, roads, and much more. He wanted to try to keep politics out of state government. He set up a merit system so workers would not have to worry about losing their jobs each time a new governor came to Frankfort. After Combs left office, he led the legal team that pushed for changes in education. See document 4.3. The Kentucky Education Reform Act came about partly because of his work. He died in 1991 when his car was caught in a flash flood near his home in Powell County. Combs once said, "I think all of us would like to leave a few tracts around to let people know we've been here." Kentucky honored him by naming the Mountain Parkway for him, but he left tracks much wider than that. People knew Burt Combs had been there. Voters in Kentucky must register or sign up to vote. Usually they register either as a Democrat or a Republican or as an independent with ties to neither party. Such political ties are not as strong or as crucial as they once were. They are still important, though. Political parties can get groups together to help a candidate become elected. They can work together to get things done. They can speak out on issues they consider important and let people see various viewpoints. They can help people get involved and feel more a part of the whole political process. Parties can help a state move forward, or they can ignore what is good for a state and act only for their own interests. If they act in a selfish way, they can hold back the state's progress.